Hello friends, my name is Dusty and this is the Alchemist 2.0. Today we are going to talk about how to leave a narcissistic relationship. Let me tell you how you do it very carefully. It's important to note that if you are in an abusive relationship, you are being physically abused, to please reach out for support. There are many support hotlines, especially here in the US, your local community 911 if it is an emergency, or a domestic violence shelter if you have to. It's important to completely remove yourself from a situation in a safe way if you are being harmed physically. Statistically, here in the US at least, 1,600 women a year are murdered by a partner in an abusive relationship. Women are 70% more likely to get hurt either in a very bad way or be killed. So please do not underestimate a narcissist when you disconnect from them. An action plan is necessary for even those who are not being abused. We have a baby puppy down here wanting her mama's love. Hi, sweetie, I see you. This relationship most likely started out as the best relationship you've ever had. I mean, it was everything. This person was everything. It was the best, the most intense connection. And then it began to decline. And as it declined, you've went through ups, downs, being criticized, their outburst, you've been discarded, and then starts the back and forth, the breadcrumbing, the coming back, the discarding you again, the just the roller coaster of things that transpire when you're in a relationship with a narcissist. I'm sure you've been through it all. Right now, it's important to remember that if you are trying to disconnect from a narcissist, you need to congratulate yourself, celebrate yourself that you are realizing and seeing the truth. Because so often people will get stuck in a never-ending toxic cycle, and it can last a lifetime. So if you are remotely even thinking about leaving, congratulate yourself. I know for my clients, it is one of the hardest things they have ever done. Energetically, coming from a spiritual standpoint, after you have dealt with a narcissist, you start to vibrate on a level of somebody who is in pain, who is sometimes in fear, who has so little self-worth. You don't know what's true, what's real anymore. And as you vibrate at that level, you're actually putting a signal out to the universe. Universe, bring me every narcissist known to man. And so what will happen sometimes is you will repeat a cycle. You'll meet one narcissist, you'll finally break away, and you'll meet another, and you'll just continuously have this cycle. So it is important when you break away from a narcissist to at least take 6 months of healing, perhaps even speak to a professional. Become aware of codependencies and the toxic cycle that you find yourself in. Inform yourself. You have to emotionally disconnect yourself sometimes before you can physically do that. With that in mind, an action plan is necessary, especially if you're dealing with someone who is threatening to call your friends and family, your employer, who's threatening to hurt you with money, or threatening to hurt your reputation. It's important to inform your friends and family, the people that you truly care about, of what the real situation is, because often you're in the relationship and you make excuses and you keep things to yourself and you don't let anybody know what is going on. And this person gets to walk around acting like they are the greatest man or woman, ever. So when you go to disconnect, they can easily manipulate your friends and family into thinking you're the problem. Some of you may be having your mom call you, your friend, your sister, your brother, and ask you to give them another chance, or ask you, what are you doing? You should work on this connection. If you are experiencing that, as long as you know the truth and you know that for your emotional well-being, it's time to go. That's really all that matters. And you may want to remind yourself of that. But by informing your friends and family of what really has went on in the relationship, or what the truth is behind the walls, behind those four walls, before you disconnect from them, you can prevent these things from happening. A narcissist doesn't like to feel like they're insignificant. You will injure them, okay? And you will injure them by not validating them, by taking away your validation, by taking away your love, by taking away their need to feel chased. And you will injure them. And depending on how hard the injury is, if you are married to this person and they have a persona and a reputation to keep up, you can injure them greatly, and they will do everything. They will stop at nothing until you are injured as well. You may find that this person will contact your employer. So it's important to bring your employer in on your strategy and your action plan. It can be very embarrassing and just mortifying. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're talking about your life. We're talking about your happiness and your emotional, physical well-being. And if it takes having a meeting with your employer or informing them that there has been some things going on at home and giving them a heads up that these things may happen, then that may be what you need to do. Understand that leaving a narcissist is like a strategic chess move. You have to know their next move and plan for it. The better you are at doing this, the better this separation will be ultimately. A narcissist will feel as if you are always wrong, right? And they ultimately do feel this way. The things that they say and the things that they feel, even the irrational things and feelings, they feel like you're bruising their ego. Their ego is so fragile. And remember, a true textbook narcissist, it deals with very low self-esteem, and that is the underlying reasons for the way they behave. They also most likely have been raised by another narcissist. So you may be ganged up on by a mom, by their family members. A lot of the times narcissists breed narcissists, and that is mostly, almost always the case. You may have to deal with their friends and family or the people around them that they get on their team, attacking you and gang stalking you. Now, I am not trying to make you fearful. You know your situation. Some situations are more dire than others. And if this is happening to you, stay off social media. Do not post anything about your next move. It's really, really important to not engage the narcissist. Go completely no contact. Give them what you need to give them. If this is a divorce and there's money involved, you need to get a strategic plan with your money. Most narcissists will try to hurt you with money. They will keep money from you. They will they'll take all the money out of your bank account. So you're left with nothing. You're left with no option but to come crying back to them. So a strategic plan and squirreling away as much money as you can if you're sharing assets with a narcissist is important. Or making sure you have friends and family support so you are left with nothing. So you have an outlet and money at your disposal. You may want to speak to a lawyer before you leave the narcissist and really get an idea of where it is you stand in the marriage with your finances and with your assets, because a narcissist will scare you. They will make you feel like you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your children. You're going to lose your home. You're going to lose your dog. You're going to have nothing. And sometimes when we're weak and we're really down, you can start to believe those lies, and it will keep you trapped in this relationship longer than necessary. Some of you are most likely dealing with that right now. and I have you in my prayers. I'm sending you as much love and light as I possibly can. So let's talk about emotional withdrawal. This is something that's really difficult because you will go through an emotional withdrawal. You will feel as if you are being cut from the inside out. When a narcissist discards you, or you have to leave them, you're actually grieving what you were hoping the relationship would be, or their potential, or who they pretended to be in the beginning. A lot of the times, you will go through an emotional withdrawal because you are codependent on them being dependent on your validation. And it's a never-ending cycle. It's very normal to go through emotional withdrawal. It's very normal to feel hurt and sad, even though you know it's time to move on. Just because you're hurting and you're grieving does not mean you should contact them. It does not mean you should go back. There's healthy relationship where you exchange love and loyalty and trust and honor. And then there is codependent relationships where you become codependent on validating one another, or you become codependent on giving them validation. Believe it or not, you can get addicted to the up and down cycle, to how good it feels when they're nice to you, and then how bad it feels when they're not. You become addicted to those emotions, and so you will go through withdrawal. A narcissist will continue to try to reach out and bombard you, love bomb you for a while. That will be a stage that you go through. And then they will discard you when they feel like you've bruised their ego because you're not giving in. And that is when you will feel the loss. You will really start to go into emotional withdrawal when they stop reaching out. Even though, for weeks you've said, oh, I can't wait for this person. I wish they would just give up. I'm done. When they actually stop trying to reach out, you will have emotional withdrawal, and you may feel embarrassed and not know, who to talk to, because you've told everybody who will listen that you're moving on, that you want them to stop reaching out, and then suddenly they do. And so if that is happening, that is so normal. Journaling can be so beneficial. Journal your thoughts, write this person a letter, read it out loud, speak what's on your spirit. Energy healing is very good. There are healthy ways of coping: exercise, energy healing, dance, learning a new hobby, starting to go to new grocery stores, change your bedding in your bedroom, rearrange your home. That will help have fresh energies and help you process in a better environment. Because remember, there will be triggers, things that remind you of them, and moments that you shared together. And all of those things are so normal. But if you are in a narcissistic relationship, if you are involved with somebody who has high narcissistic tendencies or is a diagnosed narcissist, it's impossible to build and grow with them. They're always searching for the next best thing. They will isolate you and make you feel more lonely than you could ever imagine. It will be a never-ending cycle. Things are not going to get better. And so reminding yourself of that will be important right now. There's some journaling questions that I'm going to have up on the screen. Some things you may want to journal and really reflect on. Now I'm going to look at my notes to read these to you, but they are very good when you are trying to process, am I in a relationship with a narcissist? Is it time that I get out of this codependent toxic cycle? Am I happy? What makes me happy? What traits make me happy in a lover? What do I require from a lover? And is this person even giving me any of those things? What is the truth of the relationship? Not what you want it to be, not what you thought it would be, but what is the actual truth? Do they hold you at night? Are they helpful? Can you speak to them in an open, honest way? Are they supportive when you need support and celebrate when it's time to celebrate? Or is this person constantly cutting you down, constantly making you feel like you're not enough, no support at all, throwing everything on you while they're out chasing their happiest, best life? What is the reality of this? Are you ready to heal? So some ways that you can start to cope is to journal, is to be honest with yourself, is to fully immerse yourself in the present moment. Anytime your thoughts go back to ruminating about the past or what you could have done or what you should have done when you're going through your day, remind yourself that you need to become present. I am present. Repeat that to yourself. I am successful. I am ready to heal. Throwing all of that love that you were trying to give to a narcissist back to yourself right now is the number one way to start to feel strong enough to leave. Now, if you have tried to leave and you have went back and you are embarrassed right now and humiliated, it's gonna be all right. Don't beat yourself up. There clearly was a reason or something else you needed to see. But if you're finally ready to do this, I believe in you. I know you can. And doing just these little things like self-love, journaling, exercising, meditating, doing energy healing can be so helpful along this journey. If you have already broke away from the narcissist, you cannot give them an inch. You have to be ready. Have a text message ready in your notes to copy and paste and send, and then no contact at all. No matter what they say, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna tell everybody this, I'm gonna do that. You cannot say a word. You have to ice them out. If they start to threaten you, you may have to call the police. If you feel there's a chance that they're going to come and harm you, you need to take action steps to protect yourself. I really hoped, I hope that this helped. And I really feel like if you are here and you are watching this, then you are ready. But you need to emotionally get ready to disconnect. This may be one of the hardest battles of your life, and I know you are up for the challenge. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I wish you nothing but joy, love, and happiness. Love and light.